welcome to Choreographer Talk. My name is Jane D'Angelo. I'm the Executive Director of OhioDance and the producer of the OhioDance Festival. Today, our guest choreographer is RonDale Simpson. The first question I have is your choreography draws from African diaspora, hip hop, and contemporary dance. How do these styles come together in your creative process to tell the stories of your community?
I like to use the term Sankofa, which is to go back and get it. So it is the exploration of the history, the context where it comes from, internal investigation and studies, and then the outward of the people in the community around me, how that transpires my message, how historical has been taught and how it relates to myself and my environment that I grew up in, and it all comes out in movement. So those are the elements that I kind of tap into to tell the story, tell my story, and then tell stories that haven't been told.
Excellent. Um, Through Blakk Jakk Dance Collective, you focus on youth empowerment and mental well-being. How do you see dance functioning as a tool for healing and connection?
Well, I like to appeal to my students' interest, but also giving them ways to navigate their emotions, to navigate situations that arise, but using their language, but also me being a translator, giving them the opportunity to see themselves in me, so that way they can find ways to process and take it outside of the classroom and dance, but into their own way, into their own way of thinking, so that way they can regulate in real time and de-escalate. So hopefully things don't get to a place where they can regret. They can take a moment to, okay, it's not that bad. Let me come up with a solution. And hopefully that's what I'd like to incorporate and that is my goal when I perform, that somebody's inspired by something that I've done to try to take it into their own world.
Tell me something about the youth you work with. Do you have a school? Can you tell us something about that? Where do you work with the youth up in Cleveland?
So before the job I just got, I have been in and out of different schools, working with other organizations like Dance Cleveland, Center for Arts Inspired Learning, as well as near West Theater. And we've done different things from be choreographing plays to teaching reading and movement to teaching step, which is one of the prominent um, I want to say most exciting art forms in the last 20th century, where the body becomes the instrument. And it is a way to connect through African American sororities. But I've also found a way to make some similarities between Gumbo dance and South Africa. So to kind of bring those different elements together to kind of, again, allow them to see themselves in me. So that way they can begin to dream and imagine and take it a little further. Currently now I've been hired as the dance instructor at Northwest School of the Arts. So jumping in midway of the school year has been different, but it's also been great to get to learn the students, get to learn the school, get to learn how things are done. So that way I can make plans for next year to go full force into just dance technique and exploration with all of the students that I'll be working with at the school.
And do you have your own studio that you work out of where you work with your company?
Yes, so we are in partnership with Disciples Christian Church in Cleveland Heights. They activated a cultural arts nonprofit to bring more progressive arts into their church. So we were inaugural in helping activate that space, and we've been there for about 2.5, 3 years now. We've also been able to share the space with other organizations like Whiz Bang Circus. Heartfelt is a new movement group that just moved in. Center for Arts Inspired Learning just moved their headquarters there. And then the Cleveland Orchestra rehearses out of their theater agape. So it's become a mini arts hub in Cleveland Heights, which is a beautiful thing. Because I remember a time that we were the only ones to now see so many different art mediums in one place, in a church out of all places. But hey, that's where a lot of the hope and you would like people to go to feel safe. So I
Yeah.
definitely enjoy being there.
And how many company members do you have?
Currently I have about four.
Okay.
And then
Because
we
I
have
know that
community
you
dancers.
dance with more. I've seen you perform with even more than four. So
Yes.
sometimes you work with other people, I suppose, as well for certain projects.
Yes, we have a community company that allows a little bit more flexibility for us if jobs or if they can't make the current schedule that the professional company demands. Then we have a tier that allows flexibility, still gives them the performance, the training, the techniques and opportunities, but on like a less of a commitment.
Nice. Anything else you would like to share with us about your work or or
Other than this has been 2 years in the making of trying to get this to happen. So to have this conversation, to be in this point, has been a mini full circle moment. I'm grateful to finally meet Miss D'Angelo, but also be able to present my work at this wonderful festival for the first time. So I'm really excited. We're happy to meet so many other people and to share our gift of dance with the world.